Thanks for joining. I'm Leah from Amazon Pay. Before we dive in, just a quick overview on what Amazon Pay is, because believe it or not, we get that question more often than you'd think. Amazon Pay is a payment option that lets you use the payment details and addresses stored in your Amazon account when shopping off Amazon. This means you don't need to create a new account, punch in credit card details, or even look up addresses during checkout wherever you may be shopping. You can even use Alexa to buy things with Amazon Pay. But for today, we're talking about 10 and 20. Welcome to the February edition of 10 and 20, a monthly series where we cover one topic in 10 questions, points, or ideas, and we do it in 20 minutes or less. Why so short? Time is our most precious resource, and if you've got more than 20 minutes to spare, I want to know your secret. Oh, and there's another reason. I'm a fast talker, so be warned. Our goal is to share big ideas that you can turn into big wins. We don't have all the answers, but the road to a big win always begins with a question. So let's go. And speaking of questions, a little housekeeping. Feel free to submit your questions via the chat window at any time. Or if you're the kind of person that wants the whole story up front, we'll have time at the end. So what I love about this month's topic is that it's about placing bets. We've got 10 big opportunities to improve your business in 2019, and each one requires significant effort. So these are not tips, they're opportunities. You probably don't have the resources to do all 10. So this is about deciding which opportunity will have the greatest impact on your business. Or as we say at Amazon, what are your big bets for 2019? Number one, harness automation to scale. By the end of 2019, Forrester Research predicts that 40% of enterprise businesses will have automation centers and frameworks in place. How are you going to keep pace? You know you need to scale your team so they can focus on customers rather than manual tasks, but where do you begin? Well, as I like to say, what's old is new again. So why not start by revisiting one of the original sources of automation, email? Are you still making a good first impression, or is it time to automate and retool your welcome email experience? Another thing to think about, how relevant are your customer emails? Consider setting up segmentation based on past purchase history and using that data to make automated messages more relevant and timely. And finally, everyone likes to be recognized on their birthday. If you have this data, why not create special birthday offers for your most loyal customers? Hint, you know they're loyal because of that purchase history data. And we encourage you to think even bigger, as there are thousands of offerings out there that eliminate repetitive tasks, expand analytics, and bring your customer capabilities to the next level. More on this later, so stay tuned. Number two, revisit fulfillment. Depending on your size, 3,000, 30,000, or 300,000 orders a day may be a dream come true, until it becomes a nightmare when you realize that you can only handle 30 or 300 orders per day. What kind of customer experience does that translate into? If you're managing orders in-house, it may be time to rethink resourcing. If you're using a third party, you may want to invest in automation to scale logistics and accelerate your process. Shameless plug. You may have heard of this service called Fulfillment by Amazon, or as we affectionately call it, FBA. The good news about a service like this is that you can spend more time thinking about the next sale rather than how to fulfill the last one. Number three, manage returns. I don't know about you, but I return stuff, and a simple, transparent return process can decide if my cart is abandoned or not. If you don't believe me, Gartner reports that 92% of customers will buy again if returns are easy, so I guess I'm in the majority. Look, I get it. Returns are high touch and can be costly, but how you handle them can be the difference between loyalty and loss. In fact, returns are so critical that 8 out of 10 shoppers will check your return policy before they buy. And a majority of these shoppers expect free shipping and say that a restocking fee would prevent them from buying again. A big bet for 2019 could be to revise your return policy, possibly extend the return window, or offer free shipping on your returns. A hassle-free return process can be the first step from turning those interested browsers into loyal shoppers. Is this a bet you're willing to place? Number four, meet your customers where they are. Have you ever noticed that there seem to be a lot of letters that people like to stick in front of the word commerce? EMDOS. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Electronic, mobile, digital, omni, social. Let's keep it simple and call it what it is, commerce. And to us, this means you get to buy where you want, when you want, however you want. So let's start with M. Mobile is the fastest growing commerce channel. I'm sure you can relate. When was the last time you went anywhere or did anything without your smartphone? So just do it, don't wait. But there are a couple of things to consider. First, to app or not to app. Developing a mobile app can be expensive for the return on investment. One study from Adjust that analyzed 8 billion app installs worldwide found that on average, apps are deleted within 5.8 days of their initial use. Now, while the average time for e-commerce apps as part of this study is a little longer at 10.8 days, investing time only to find that your app is part of this lousy statistic must be considered before you place your bet. So for some businesses, however, for some businesses, progressive web apps can be a solution, providing many of the same features and benefits as a mobile app, including offline mode, push notifications, and add to home screen functionality. There's a plethora of information on mobile out there, and these are two options to explore first. Okay, now let's talk about voice, or what we're calling the third era of commerce. And we're at the very beginning of a time when our interactions with technology will be seamless, natural, no longer rely on devices like mice, keyboards, and phones. Just say it and it will be so. This is an opportunity for businesses to take customer experience to the next level. Convenience and loyalty at every stage of the journey, from discovery to purchase and service. As you contemplate marching forth into this new era, start with your customer and consider at which stage in the journey can you add the most value with a voice interaction. It may not be at purchase, rather, it might be with a skill like reorder, or where's my stuff, or I need help. We're helping our business customers grow sales through Amazon Pay for Alexa skills. We have templates, blueprints, and other things to help you step into the new era of voice on the right foot. To learn more, go to the Alexa section of developer.amazon.com. Number 5, social drives discovery and commerce. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but we've got another no-brainer. Social commerce is, in fact, where discovery is happening. These channels can cut the number of steps in the conversion process, improve the customer experience, and most importantly, help people discover your amazing products. I know I'm preaching to the converted. Social channels are offering new and innovative ways to make this happen. For example, people are influenced by the views, likes, and dislikes of friends, family, peers, and colleagues. And this is why there's a growing trend towards influencer marketing, especially in categories like fashion, cosmetics, and luxury. Think about working with micro-influencers. These are people with 10 to 100,000 fans because their endorsements often resonate at a more authentic level. And it's an innovative way to build your brand and potentially break out, especially if you're operating in a competitive industry. Overall, take a look at your social media presence. Are you making it easy for your customers to move from one channel to the next and then back to your storefront, whether it be from a home laptop, a smartphone, a tablet, or a physical location? Number 6, expand into new marketplaces. If big growth is one of your big goals for 2019, placing a bet on online marketplaces is a well-established option. Businesses rely on marketplaces to diversify income streams, bolster brand awareness, and test out new products. In some cases, extending your offering to an online marketplace can drive greater traffic to your web store. So there is an elephant in the room. No marketplace strategy can be considered without looking at Amazon. With Amazon, you have the potential to reach hundreds of millions of customers around the world. And small and medium-sized businesses actually account for more than half of all the items purchased on Amazon. And in fact, in 2017, more than 20,000 of these businesses surpassed 1 million in sales. Wow. So ready to do your homework on this big bet? You can start by referencing the volumes of marketplace tip sheets and ebooks available online to guide you through the steps of setting up and optimizing your brand on a third-party e-commerce marketplace. And your first foray into multi-channel selling may be just to test the waters, offering a few products and just see what happens. No risk, no reward. Number 7, cross into new territory. Cross-border selling, or reaching customers across the globe, is a key driver of e-commerce growth. A majority of companies see this as a critical area of expansion, and 7 out of every 10 European online shoppers have made a purchase from an international retailer outside of their home market. Sounds great, right? It is, but there are challenges and hurdles ranging from country regulations in the areas of product safety, marketing practices, customs and taxes, to language, customer service, and fulfillment. As you consider where to grow your business, clarify the implications of regionalizing your content, support, fulfillment policies, and strategies to understand the real cost of doing business in a specific country or locale. And when you're thinking about what region to choose, we have a few tips. First, test the international traffic with PPC advertising to gauge response. Second, consider starting in locales with a common language and avoid some of those challenges around localization. For example, if you're in the US, maybe you start in English speaking markets like Canada, Australia, and the UK. And then determine which countries have the most favorable exchange and tax rates. And finally, remember number 6, leverage an online marketplace to expand your geographic reach. Okay, no, we are not playing buzzword bingo. Activate Intelligent Solutions is in fact 8 out of 10. So sometimes the buzzword is just the word, and in this case, it is artificial intelligence. And the funny thing about buzzwords is that people use them even when they don't know what they mean. So let's take a moment and define the term. AI is the field of computer science dedicated to solving cognitive problems commonly associated with human intelligence, such as learning, problem solving, and pattern recognition. Did that definition help? Just in case you're not a computer scientist, let me assure you that AI is part of your everyday life. Here are a couple examples. First, email filters to prevent spam, and those nice categories that you see in your mail, those are driven by AI. Also, the autocorrect and smart reply options that you see in email and text, these are also AI driven. Job recommendations on LinkedIn, those fraud detection alerts that you receive from your bank, and of course, the product recommendations on Amazon and other shopping sites. This is just the beginning. Gartner projects that AI will have a profound impact on all aspects of commerce by mid-century. And by 2022, at least 5% of digital commerce orders will be predicted and initiated by AI. Remember, this is an early bet, so it doesn't have to be groundbreaking. Start with some of the common applications we already talked about. This is an important bet to place now, since you'll likely need to double down in the years to come. And this brings me to a key application, customer service bots. Number 9, consider customer service bots. Customer service bots are one way to integrate automation into your business operations. They offer productivity gains and cost reduction with the potential to improve customer experience. Wow, this seems like a no-brainer. Save time and money, but nothing in this world is free. Chatbots are a tool to help your customer service team, and according to Forrester, 60% of chatbot deployments in 2019 will not have effective live agent safety nets attached to those web chat sessions. And if you think this technology will make a difference for your business, there's a few things to consider. First, prioritize bots with natural language learning capabilities, because decision tree type bots may leave your customers with a fractured experience. Think through how your bot connects to your systems to avoid siloed experiences. Set the right expectation with customers. Let them know they're chatting with a bot so they don't feel misled if the exchange gets awkward, as exchanges tend to. And put an escalation path in place to let a human take over the conversation if the bot is unable to help. And then finally, plan carefully. This is a big bet, as the bot may be the first touch point a new customer has with your brand, and you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. Number 10, choose your reality. We all know that customers are more empowered than ever, and they want to be active participants in the commerce experience, and immersive technology will be central to these powerful interactions. According to Adobe, the Nike Live Store in Melrose leaned into AI and VR capabilities to create immersive, customer-driven experiences that are localized to shoppers in the area and personalized for Nike Plus app users. Burberry is using AR to bring customers deeper into product design, and with IKEA's Place app, customers can virtually place products in their home, trying on larger pieces before committing to purchase. Consider whether your customers will expect this experience from your store, and for what it's worth, this is a massive bet, and that's why we saved it for last. Our last point is a bonus. As you look for ways to boost revenue and make checkout easier for new customers, consider offering alternative payment solutions so your customers don't have to create yet another account. Amazon Pay is one of the many ways to reduce checkout steps for the hundreds of millions of customers who have Amazon accounts. Amazon Pay is trusted, familiar, and convenient. So today we focused on the big bets for 2019, and each of these has the potential to be a multiplier, making a difference in 2019 and beyond. So if you're thinking about investing in new technology and expanding into new regions or innovating with augmented reality, the time is now to place your bets. For those looking to make checking out easier, next month, we'll focus on optimizing your checkout experience. On average, enterprise e-commerce sites have 39 usability issues in their checkout flow. If we look at the combined e-commerce sales of 738 billion in the US and Europe, the potential of a 35.26% increase in conversion rate translates to $260 billion worth of lost orders, recoverable just by improving checkout flow and design. This means there's a big opportunity to keep and convert more shoppers on your site. This is what I call low-hanging fruit. Okay, that's a wrap, and it's time for questions. Please submit your queries using the chat window.